Yeah, boy. Good morning, Birmingham. It is 6:06 with Dixon and Vining and West
Yay!
and Phil Carter in the traffic center.
Where traffic is always happy.
Yes, indeedy. Got a lot of good stuff going on today. It is our Christmas extravaganza. This is where we basically knock out the Christmas stuff. We'll give you a little bit of headlines. We'll let you know what's going on out there. Fortunately, nothing really earth-shattering is happening, although the media is salivating over the fact that Donald Trump's name was mentioned in this latest Epstein file drop. Somebody mentioned his name. Somebody said Trump.
That's going to be said forever. Forever we will hear the media. Well, Trump was a part of that. Trump was friends with Epstein,
Yeah.
Well, so were a million other people hanging out with him.
I saw somebody on social media say the other day, well, you idiots, this isn't all about Clinton. If this were about Clinton, then he would have released them much earlier. And I'm like, if it wasn't about Clinton, Joe Biden would have released them much earlier. Like, hello.
Hello.
Are we just engaging in some revisionist history that we forgot that Joe Biden went 4 years with these things at his command and never released them? Nobody even talked about it during that time.
Are we a little surprised that maybe Hunter Biden wasn't good friends with Epstein?
He may have been. We don't
I mean,
have
that
any
hasn't been
information
said,
on
right?
that.
I mean,
No.
doesn't that seem like a perfect pairing?
It does, really. Like-
Those two guys should have hung out together.
Like white wine and fish.
Right, exactly.
They go together
Well, yeah.
perfectly. If you are not watching YouTube Talk 99.5, it's Real Talk 995 TV on YouTube, then you're missing out on Valerie Vining's lovely outfit.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
I
quite the
worked very
hat.
hard on this morning. See the hat? See?
It looks like somebody from down in Whoville made
It
that.
is. I
Yeah.
think it's a kind of a Whoville hat.
Mm-hmm.
And you're missing Richard Dixon decked out in all of his Christmas garb.
I like the
Light up jacket.
fa la la
La,
la
la,
llama
la.
jacket, baby.
I like that.
We got we're loaded down with presents here. Steve,
And Steve
dropped
West,
some with us.
pop
Steve.
that camera on so people can see your sweatshirt.
He looks
you
very
got it. See?
festive. He's got the
Now
now I have a machine gun at home.
Very nice.
I was wearing my version of that to Walmart last weekend, and this guy looks at me and goes, now you got a machine gun? What is that? I'm like, it's from Die Hard. Oh!
It's from
Calm-
a movie.
calm down,
It's
calm
just
down.
You
a
will
joke.
get looks
Yeah,
with this.
yeah.
It's for people that don't know that have never seen it. You forget that there's probably a whole generation that has no idea what that is. They're
This
like,
guy was
there's
my
a man
age.
on aisle 10 with a sweatshirt that says something about a machine
He's
gun.
got a machine gun.
Call the police.
I specifically did not wear that last time I traveled, though, because I was like, I don't really need TSA
You don't-
looking
no,
at
no,
me.
no,
I
that's
mean,
a bad idea.
We're not playing that game.
Uh-huh.
Nonetheless.
Speaking of TSA, don't you know that the airports, these next couple of days.
Bless your hearts if you're traveling by air.
You know, the best day to travel is December 25th.
That's true.
I've done that.
Yep.
It was very early out of Birmingham to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was like 5 people on the whole plane. We had it to ourselves.
It's not bad.
Oh, it was
You
awesome.
can make that happen. That's good.
And then I was home Christmas morning by like 10 o'clock.
One of the worst days to travel this year, one of the worst days to travel will be January 4th. Trying to come back
Yeah.
before the 5th, the roads are going to be clogged. It's going to be a nightmare. So
Airports will be bad.
plan accordingly and see if you can't rearrange your life around that.
How do you like this weather?
I'm loving this.
I
weather.
sat out on the patio last night. It
Yep.
was probably about 7:45 in a pair of shorts and a T-shirt. I was like, I cannot believe I'm sitting out here and it feels this good.
I'll be working outside a great bit today, so I'm excited about this weather because I don't like being cold and I don't like being wet. So it's going to be warm and dry.
Yeah, it's gonna be really nice.
High
The
of
next 5
72
days.
today, 73 tomorrow, 75 on Christmas Day.
Lovely.
It's going to be lovely.
I'll feel like I'm a kid again at home.
Now, today's show is going to basically consist of, like I said, we'll give you the headlines. But Steve is going to play, our bumper music will be more of the entertaining comedy,
I think,
a Christmas variety.
I
Okay.
like that.
And then we'll play.
Does he
like-
know that, or are
I-
you just telling him
I'm
now?
telling him now.
Just
But
foisted it upon me right here.
he was here last year when we did this.
Yeah.
Basically, you just play the whole song.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Most of it.
Yeah, go get a good bit of it in there so that people can enjoy whatever it is, whatever Bob Rivers or something of that nature.
Right.
If you want to hear that, we'll break that stuff out. A lot of people we will break out also at 8:30 today. Why do they know it's Christmas? Is the worst song ever.
Okay.
Worst song ever. So you'll get to hear that one more time.
It's really
And then
good.
maybe during a best of if Steve puts that into the best of
Quite possible,
at
actually.
some point. Okay.
Almost likely, I would say.
it's a damn near certainty, is what it is. There's some stuff we have not addressed at all on this show, which I find strange. But Sunday night, they had that 60 Minutes, and they said, oh, we decided to take this thing about the El Salvador prison out, and we stuck this other thing in about the 5 siblings that are brilliant musicians. And everybody's running around going, well, why did they do that? Well, what's that all about? Or did they feel like they were threatened by the Trump administration? What's happening here? What's the story? What's going on? I have a pretty good idea. I know what's going on. Some people are saying, well, it's because Paramount wants to buy Warner Brothers and they need FCC approval, and if they tick Trump off, they're never going to get it. Well, I don't know if you heard, but the Paramount-Warner Brothers deal is dead. Paramount withdrew the offer, in fact, mostly because one of the people who was looking at doing the funding, Jared Kushner's group, pulled out and said, we're not going to fund this anymore. We're not doing this. I'm not sure that they could get FCC approval. I'm also not sure that the Netflix thing could get FCC approval either. But even if it were going on, this is not how this works, okay? That people get confused about this. It's generally the people who are being bought that are the, for instance, when CBS was looking at being purchased by Paramount, and they had a big lawsuit hanging over their heads over the 60 Minutes thing, they settled with Trump. You know why? Very simple. Would you buy a car with bad brakes? Would you go buy, if you went to, you look at the car and you go, I love this car, it's a fantastic car.
Yeah,
and the guy goes, yeah, the brakes are bad, you'll have to fix those.
No, you fix them before I buy
exactly.
it.
You're not going to. So when you're Paramount, you're looking at buying CBS, they go, oh, by the way, we have this big lawsuit hanging over our head. Okay, never mind.
You need to settle the lawsuit before the sale.
Exactly. So they settle the lawsuit. But it's the people who are being purchased, not the people doing the purchasing, that worry about such things. So here's what I think actually happened with this CBS 60 Minute story. I think a very wise editor watched it and said, guys, there are two or three lines in here that are demonstrably false. You've got 2 or 3 things that you said in here that will put us back in court, and it will be to the tunes of tens of millions of dollars. And we really can't afford that again.
Yeah, and thank goodness that Barry Weiss is at the helm at this.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, this story is not ready. We need to revamp this. There are things that we need to put in it.
Let's take a razor blade. They can't help themselves. This is the thing that really gets me, is the Trump derangement syndrome is so strong in our media that they cannot seem to report the facts as they are, no matter how bad or good they may be. They have got to fudge things to make Trump look as bad as humanly possible, even when it's not true. And I virtually guarantee you, that's what happened in this story. And somebody took a long look at it and said, did we check with the people on this? And, well, no, I mean, we just put that in there. So you didn't verify that with anybody. Well, no. Okay. We're not running that story. We're not going to run that story. You're going to go get comments from this person, this person, and this person so that they can refute what you said, or we're going to take that part out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're just bowing to the Trump administration. No, we're bowing to what's real and true.
And not getting sued again.
Yes, we're bowing
because of the false accusations.
Let's not get another lawsuit. That's what we're bowing to.
Yeah.
We can't afford 10 more millions of dollars over something stupid like this. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. And it will eventually, they'll fix the story and they'll run it, and it'll be, damning enough as it is. This El Salvador prison doesn't sound like a terribly nice place.
Oh, it's a horrible place.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Good.
Right. I mean, when you come into our country illegally and you get deported and you're back in that El Salvador prison, that's on you. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with us how horrible those prisons are.
They're the ones who are making the prisons horrible. I understand there's only a couple of worse prisons in the world, and they're both in Alabama. So, I'm kidding. Maybe.
What's the one that Euron Vandersloot is in? It's not El Salvador, but
it's
another prison that's really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Peru?
Yeah, I
Is
believe
it Peru?
he's in Peru.
Yeah,
Yes,
Peru.
That is correct. Correct, Steve. Yes. Very good.
Those are 2 places you probably don't want to ever do anything. Well, how about this? Just save yourself the worry. Don't go visit either of those places, so you never end up in this jail.
Or if you do, don't do something stupid.
Yeah, don't end up in the hoosecow. You'll be very unhappy. Alabama Tree Pros 308-4158. If you are in need of having a tree taken all the way down to the ground, these are the guys that you want to call because they're experts at what they do. They're fast. They're very good. They're 100% safe. They're licensed, bonded, insured. They got all that paperwork. They stick it to the back of their very low estimate. You're going to love your experience with Alabama Tree Pros. I know that because I used them, and I loved my experience with Alabama Tree Pros. So what are you waiting for? Find out more online at alabamatreepros.com. Whether it's just a trim, taking a little off the top, or taking the whole tree all the way down, you can count on Alabama Tree Pros to do it right the first time, and charge you less than the other guys. 308-4158, alabamatreepros.com. We'll get the show up and lumbering under its own weight momentarily. 622, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. I drive by Fort Payne quite frequently. The Alabama Museum is there, but they don't really make it
Do you
clear that
wave?
it's...
Hi.
yeah, they don't make it clear it's Alabama, the group.
No.
If you were going there and you go like, oh, let's go see what's going on with the state. Let's investigate the Alabama Museum. You know, wait a minute, this is all just about these guys that sing. I feel like I've been ripped off. 622 with Dixon and Vining. All right, we got to get some news in here. We may as well dive in now.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
U.S. Attorney for that section of the world says the fraud in Minnesota likely exceeds $9 billion.
Golly.
Started off as $1 billion, and they said, this might just be the tip of the iceberg. Well, that does make sense. You know, 90% of an iceberg is underwater. And so, yeah, $9 billion is the number they're looking at. 2 Philadelphia men, 37-year-old Anthony Waddell Jefferson and 53-year-old Lester Brown, heard that Minnesota's Housing Stabilization Services program was easy money. So they traveled to Minnesota, enrolled their companies in the program, returned to Philly, and submitted fraudulent claims from there.
Shame, shame, shame.
Yep.
Wow. Talk about circumventing the system.
This Assistant U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson giving us all this information. He said at a news conference announcing charges against these 2 men and several others. They obtained $3.5 million in Medicaid payments through this fraud tourism. And that list goes on and on and on of the number of people who were involved in this process. And the word spread. I mean, really, when you talk about people from Philadelphia getting the news and then they come here, in that case there, and they go, yeah, let's fill out the paperwork and then we'll just drive back home again and we'll just start ripping them off from long distance.
Yeah, and at the helm of all of this, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Yeah.
You know, he's what an absolute horrible
Boob.
governor.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Complete
And
idiot.
yeah, complete idiot who doesn't know what he's doing. And no. Well, there may have been people overseeing this and knowing it was going on, and they were complicit in this. That's going to be the big question.
That is a question. I have a sneaking suspicion he's not going to win re-election next year. I have a
Hey,
sneaking
Minnesota,
suspicion.
if you do it, it's on you.
Yeah.
It's all on you.
You are morons.
You vote for him again, and then he ends up in a jumpsuit.
On the other hand, you know, there was a story I read the other day about how the press in Minneapolis was complicit as well, in that they were like, Donald Trump says that there was $1 billion worth of fraud, but the evidence says otherwise. You're like, no, we all know that's a given. Okay, we're aware of $1 billion in fraud. Minneapolis Star and Tribune. Stop trying to cover for it. Okay, you should really be doing some more investigation. But the fear up there of being called a racist is so great that they were like, well, we can't accuse these people of doing what they're doing. Why not? They're doing it. Yeah,
it's illegal.
People would think that we're
call it racist, not racist, whatever you want to call it. It's illegal what they're doing.
Yeah, boy.
Gee.
Donald Trump and his administration are pausing all offshore wind project construction right now due to national security concerns, which does make sense. You know, if you have got turbines out there, say, off Cape Cod, which is, you know, a very windy place. I don't know if you've ever been there, but you go out there and you drop these windmill turbines out there. First off, they're going to be destroyed in almost no time because that sea and salt air is pretty nasty and does a number on almost anything, including ships, you know. But if somebody decided that they wanted to disrupt the power system in that area, they don't even have to get to shore. They just have to go to the wind turbines that are a couple of miles off.
That's it.
Yeah, and do whatever it was they want to do there. Now, there was a time when this was a big deal, when wind was all the rage. I'm talking like 30 years ago. There's a place between Palm Springs and 29 Palms, California. It's called Indio. It's a mountain pass. And it's a field of windmills. I mean, it's just a field of turbines because the wind is constantly blowing there. And it's a perfect way to go ahead and, you know, grab as much wind as you possibly can. And
utilize that.
Yeah, utilize it to the best of your abilities, which is great, except, again, not really doing the job. But back then, they wanted to do this thing off of Cape Cod. They were like, oh, yeah, we're going to put all these turbines out here because it's constantly – we're looking for places where the wind never stops blowing, essentially is what we're looking for. And you know who stopped it? Teddy Kennedy. Because he said, I have a house there and I don't want to look out and see windmills.
Don't blame him a bit.
It's funny
Do
because
you?
it's, oh, no, we're all about clean energy until it's going to be in your backyard.
and you
Not
don't
in my
want it.
backyard.
Yes.
NIMBY.
It's like, let's help the homeless. We're going to put up these tiny homes. Not in my backyard.
Not in my backyard, you're not. No siree, Bob. Very funny. And the superflu is hitting not our state, fortunately, but a lot of states around us very, very hard. The superflu, superflu is like when you catch the flu and then you put on a cape.
Yeah, you better put on a couple
got
of
the
capes
superflu.
because it's going to be
That's
bad.
for you.
Could you imagine? Oh,
Nations.
the callings. If you just say the flu, that's bad enough.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I got the flu.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I'm so sorry. Super flu.
Yeah, the
You're like,
superflu.
wow, you're going to be down for a month?
Mm.
Gracious.
Nation's hospitalization rate went up by 14.3% as of Friday, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They're not doing a very good job on that last part, the prevention thing. Public health officials say the flu is spreading especially quickly in New York, Louisiana, and Colorado. New Jersey and Rhode Island are also seeing higher rates of the flu as of the latest data from December 13th. Georgia, New Mexico, Idaho, Michigan, North Carolina, South Carolina, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. have elevated hospital
Well, all
visits.
those people need to
for
not
flu
visit
symptoms.
Alabama.
Stay where
Yeah.
you are.
Don't bring that here.
The superflu strain is called subclade K. Early sampling of flu cases show that 90% of influenza A viruses were positive for the strain. Experts encourage people to get a flu shot, but admit it doesn't really prevent this particular strain. Why am I getting a flu shot if it doesn't work?
It's a very good question, and a lot of people ask that.
All righty
Uh-huh.
then.
Don't really need it. Just get all the things that will help you to get through it quickly. That's what you need.
Symptoms of the flu include fever, chills, cough, sore throat, runny nose, muscle aches, headaches, fatigue, and occasionally vomiting or diarrhea. It's a choice, one or the other, plus bleeding from the eyes.
Oh,
Who
stop
knew
it.
that was multiple choice?
No, that's awful. Goodness. Yeah, your typical, symptoms when you get the flu.
Yep. Except this is the super flu,
It's
so
a
you
super flu.
twice as much. Let's talk about Anthony and Company Jewelers and how they can help resolve your Christmas dilemma. You waited all the way until now when you're thinking, oh boy, I got to come up with something absolutely brilliant to get my sweetie this Christmas. I have the answer, or maybe more accurately, they have the answer at Anthony and Company Jewelers, 2080 Valleydale Road, next to Ragtime Cafe. Something to fit every budget, something to fit every style, and prices so low they can't afford to have a sale. Nicest people on the planet as well. Stop by. They've been in business for better than 50 years, 25 of them in the wholesale business. You'll love dealing with Anthony and Company Jewelers, 2080 Valleydale Road, next to Ragtime Cafe. Not just for Christmas, but for any occasion. No occasion at all. Anthony and Company Jewelers, AnthonyCoJewelers.com on the World Wide Web. Well, you can't accuse Celine Dion of overdoing things, you know. She's always reserved and very sparse, straightforward.
You know, I started watching the bio on her not long ago.
Yeah.
With the stiff person syndrome that she's dealing with.
Yeah.
It's really hard to watch that. I feel so bad for her.
Stop.
I know, I did.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't watch this.
I'm not. She's going through it. I can't even watch her go through it. That's how weak I am. I got it. 636 Dixon inviting Talk 99.5, talk995.com.
Yeah, our good friends over at Birmingham Broker, they're ready to assist you folks with selling a used car. That's what it's all about. And I know so many people, even Leslie, who's been on with Will in the evening, Breaking Bread, has had a wonderful experience with selling her car through Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Said she's tired of feeling like she's ripped off when she goes to a dealership. And that is what kind of happens. It's really smarter to go ahead and pre-sell your car, then take the proceeds from that sale of that car and then go buy your next car. It's great negotiating power to have that cash with you. So Craig and Keith will sit down with you real quick, find out the value of the car. They need to look at the car, mileage, what kind of shape it's in, has it been in any accidents, you know, all the things that go into trying to figure out the price that they're going to list it for. And then you know before you do anything else what that price is going to be. And they'll put it on the market. They'll find the buyer. They'll do all the things that are necessary. And they're right now waiving that fee to detail the car. So just take your car to them, your truck to them, the SUV you've got, and let them take a look at it today. 2224 4th Avenue South. I promise you'll have a great experience with these guys. I sold my car through them, and that's the only way I'll be doing it going forward. BehamBroker.com, BehamBroker.com.
638 with Dixon and Vining. I've got to admit, I haven't put my parade of trees up yet. I have not yet done the actual...
Maybe today?
Today may be the day.
All right.
Today might just be the day. I can't guarantee you anything, but if I can get the place spruced up, cleaned up a little bit, then yeah, maybe I'll get that up there. I miscounted, by the way.
Oh, no. Is it more trees or less trees?
26.
Oh, my goodness.
26 trees. It's a lot of trees.
That is a lot of trees.
It doesn't seem like that much when you're in the house.
No.
But it's...
But if you go to room to room to room, you're like, wow, there's a lot of trees.
I'm used to it.
Are you?
Yeah. I live in a Christmas tree forest.
I just want to tell you this, too, that you put up pictures of your sweet adopted dog last night.
Little Luna. Yeah.
It'll make you tear up.
It's amazing.
Will. It'll make you tear up.
I was a little bit shocked when I went back and looked at the day one picture that I took.
I was like, oh,
Richard,
I was like, you're killing me.
I forgot how bad she looked. I forgot how bad. She was, nearly hairless.
Yeah.
Because she had the skin infection.
She looked like the end of her life right there. Like this dog was on its last leg.
A bacterial infection and a yeast infection of her skin. And she had infection in both ears and both of her eyelids. And this is really, what I was really doing was touting Dr. Andy Sokol, because I brought this dog to him before I even took her home. And he said, give me 6 weeks and you'll have a brand new dog. And I was like, okay, is this one going to die and then I'm going to get another one? Is that how that's going to work? He's like, no, we'll get her back to what she was supposed to look like. And sure enough, I didn't take the picture at 6 weeks, but I took it yesterday, which is 8 weeks. But yeah, I mean, a completely different dog. She is, by the way, she's always been sweet and had just a great temperament. But since she's better now, she's just this little ball of energy. Just nonstop action, and she just crawls up in your lap, and she's all up in your grill and whatever. And I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I adopted her. But
that's all. It's just it's a great example of don't give up on an animal. If somebody has a dog that doesn't look like they're taking care of it and doesn't want it anymore, step in and offer to take the dog. That's what you did, Richard. And this dog looks like just that. I guarantee you that dog's life is forever changed based on what you did.
She hit the lottery when she moved in with me. I guarantee it, because I love my dogs and I treat them like that. But this was a weird situation. I see animals on Facebook all the time, and consistently I have been like, no, I'm full. I don't have any more room for dogs. I don't want to get another dog. And I've got things going on in my life that I can't deal with. That I have another dog in the problem. Whatever. This one, for some reason, I just felt called. I mean, I literally felt called to go and get this dog. and work on her and fix her. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was a lot of money. And that's not the veterinarian's fault. That's the fault of just what she had to go through and the amount of medication she had to take and the shots that she had to get. And, of course, there's flea and heartworm medication and all that stuff that goes into it. But for some reason this time I just felt like I'm being called to do this. And it was different from all the other dogs that I've ever seen. And I'm just so glad I did. She's absolutely has my heart. She's such a cute little dog. The other two dogs are making friends with her now, finally.
Yeah, they're all getting along.
It took a little while for them to, now they're kind of like, oh, okay, I guess she's here to stay.
She's here to stay, yep.
She's not leaving. Anyway, back to the parade of trees. Did we have the, John Bell did this last year as he decided to have some fun at my expense. And the 26 trees, how I love to give a good tour. And it went like this.
This holiday season, why drive around in the cold to see all the half-assed decorated trees?
These trees suck, Mommy. Can we go home?
When you can go instead to the greatest indoor display ever. Yes, it's the Dixon Indoor Decorative Tree Tour. Room after room of incredible trees, all in the warmth of Richard Dixon's home, each one with a different sponsor. Want a sampling of what you'll see? Yes! Walk this way. This is the official Mr. Bugs tree.
Hey, why are all those insects flying around?
Because we haven't turned on the lights yet. Now this tree is pest-free. Here next door is the Rodney's Marine tree.
Where's the tree?
Here it comes. Wow, that Suzuki engine really makes it go. Watch out for the wake. Oh, it's a good thing we had B-Dry waterproof everybody when we started the tour. Here's our next tree.
My goodness, that tree is very droopy.
That's because this tree suffers from evergreen dysfunction. But luckily, Alabama Men's Clinic has what it takes to make this tree stand proud. And this is just a few of the many trees you'll see at the Dixon Indoor Tree Tour. Book your tour now.
That was just one of 5 that he did.
Very well done. That's kind of like our live Christmas thing we did at Iron City, where Leland kept doing advertisements for all our clients.
That was hilarious, by the way. Every time he stood up, he was like, "Oh, you should call these people." I was like, "Oh yeah." I wrote that, as I recall.
Very good stuff.
I remember when I was funny. Those were the days.
Good stuff.
644 with Dixon and Vining. Your thoughts are always welcome at 545-9950. Give us a little insight into your plans for Christmas. What do you got going on this holiday season? We're about to go through that period between Christmas and New Year's, and it's longer than ever this year.
Yes, it is.
Mostly because I think most businesses are doing this. You're taking the 26th off. I mean, so why come back to work for one day, then take a weekend off, and then and then a lot of businesses are like, you know what, just come back on the 5th.
So why am I here today?
Because we're here.
Somebody has to hold this place down, Steve.
Yeah.
You've been elected. Congratulations. Plus, you took Thanksgiving week off.
These things do happen.
But you're going to spend a lot of time wondering what day it is in the next week. I'm not sure. What is the date?
It's going to get confusing.
Where are we? And then you're going to be confused that it gets dark early. Still, that's another shocking thing.
And confused that it's in the 70s.
It is in the
You're
70s.
Like, what state am I in?
That's going to be weird. And you're going to be full of cheese. These are all the things that you can count on.
There's nothing wrong with that.
In this coming week. But you can also count on great best-ofs from Dixon and Vining, some other great stuff that's going to be
Mannheim Steamroller, 24th and 25th.
Got that going on. A little specialty programming.
Got some fill-in hosts for next week.
A few fill-ins. Yep. So 645 with Dixon and Vining. Stick around. Let us know what's on your mind. 545-9950. He's thinking Santa Na.
Santa Na?
Santa Na.
No.
Completely different. Completely different guy. Cheech and Chong Santa Claus and his old lady.
It's good stuff. Right
7 minutes of quality comedy. I have here, it's Dixon and Vining, by the way, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. 5 rules for regifting without getting caught.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Listen carefully, everyone. This is important.
There was a family tradition back when I was married. There was a candle that must have made it to everybody in the family at least once. Came from Grandma originally, and then just kept getting regifted and regifted. And everybody knew it was a regift, and we didn't care. It was kind of funny. It just became sort of.
It's kind of like the firefighter calendar that was going around.
Yeah.
Lonnie gave it to me one year, and then I gave it back to her, and then she gave it. I don't know where it's at now. It's still in the wrapper. I don't even know what year it was.
Nobody ever opened it.
No.
Okay, rule number 1, the item has to be new. Don't take some old thing that you've
that's
used
terrible.
or has been used by somebody and give it to somebody else.
The tag still needs to be on it somehow.
Not
Right?
necessarily.
Something like
I mean, you
that?
don't really want, let's put it this way, you don't want the price tag on
No,
it.
not the price
Yeah, right,
tag, but just
yeah.
something to reveal that,
Right.
hey, this is purchased.
So somebody gave you this thing and you don't want it. Don't use it and then go, I'm going to give this away.
No, that's terrible.
You decide right then you're going to give it away. It helps if it's still originally in the box, right?
Right.
It's got to have value. This cannot be something that was like a pen that was a marketing gimmick given to you by a real estate agent.
No.
And you give it to somebody else.
That's
No,
tacky.
yeah, that's incorrect. So
Yeah.
there has to be some value to it. It has to be rewrapped.
Right.
Yeah.
Take it out of its original
Right.
wrapping paper.
Make
or
sure that
bag.
there's no reference to you on there, except it's
that's-
from you.
That is a big mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, Merry Christmas from
Yeah.
so-and-so,
Yeah, right.
and there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
Number 4, the regifted object must move on to a new social circle. In other words, you got work friends, you got home friends, okay? If one of your home friends gives you a present that you don't really want, you turn around and regift it to your work friend.
You know
You
what?
don't keep it in the home friend circle.
And here's a trick.
Yeah.
If you get a gift and, you're just like, I can't use this, but someone else could, make sure that you put a little sticky note, because you may not regift it this year. You
Right.
might regift it next year,
Yep.
but you don't want to regift it to the person that gave it to you.
Absolutely.
That is a big mistake. So get you a little sticky note, put it on there, who it was from, so that you don't regift it to that person.
Oopsie.
I take
give
that
this-
from somebody that knows from experience.
Yeah.
I liked it so much, I thought you should have one.
And last but not least, you must not lie about the regift. Now, you don't have to say, I'm regifting this to you. But if somebody says, this looks like a regift, yeah, it is. I thought you might like it. This works better for you. Or the person who gave it to you is like, well, how come I never see you with that thing? My friend looks better in coral than I do. It's a
coral?
better looking sweater,
That sweater
on
or
her
shirt, yeah.
than it is on me. That's why. But be honest about it. Lying about it. You've been caught. Just throw your hands up. Yep, regifted it. You got me. What
And
am
I
I
don't
gonna
think there's anything wrong with that. Again, it's a brand new
Hell no.
gift. It was something you couldn't use.
Yep.
And it really, if there's somebody on your list that you really believe could use that or might enjoy it, have at it.
Sure, gift cards are a perfect example of something that you can get, and
Right.
you can turn around and just hand that to somebody else.
give it
Go
to
like,
somebody else if
I'm
you
never
don't
going
wanna
to
use
this place.
Yeah.
Here you go, $50 worth of Belk or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah, knock
Can't buy
yourself
much
out
for
with
$50 in Belk anymore.
that. Is that right? I haven't been in a Belk in forever. I have no earthly idea.
Good
It's a nice
gracious.
down payment.
I go to Ross Dress for Less.
You're a smart man. You're a smart man.
TJ Maxx for
That's a
me.
good one, too.
That's my world. That and the Salvation Army. All right, it is 7 o'clock. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com, and Talk 99.5 TV, YouTube.com, Real Talk 995 TV.